Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator news video. If you're wondering how I got that awesome AI traffic playing on your screen now, it's the ARG AI traffic. Here's the link to my video on it, but that's not what you came for. It just looks awesome. You came for more Microsoft Flight Simulator news. Well, today I've got news on the 737 by PMDG, an awesome freeware project, a vintage airliner, and a bit more, so be sure to stick around. If you like these videos, you know what to do. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Your support really does help me out. We're getting very close to 15,000 subscribers, who'd have thought. Anyway, without further delay, let's get right into it. So we'll start off with the news everyone wants to see. Robert Randazzo on the PMDG forum has released some awesome, albeit unedited, screenshots of the PMDG 737 NG3. So now we've got 3 photos here, 2 of which focus in the cockpit, comparing the Microsoft Flight Simulator to the P3D version. Because of course it's coming to both of them. And what does it look like? Well, it looks absolutely beautiful. Now for a preview, he says, and I quote, "These are about as raw as an image I would ever share with you as a preview." It means they've been unedited and they've even missed out the normal border they put on it along with their branding. But in a way that's more admirable. It means we get to see what the consumer would see. Of course, there's still plenty of time to go, but at the moment this is what you're getting, and doesn't it look really impressive? Of course, it's nowhere near done, and they don't provide a release date so far, but looking on the left at the Microsoft Flight Simulator version, it does look very good. I cannot wait for this to come along. PMDG, of course, creates really realistic, accurate aircraft, so I'm sure this will be no exception. Of course, you do pay for that premium, but I've got to be honest, PMDG have already said they're aiming at a larger market this time and therefore will bring the price down. I think this is going to be a must-have. Frankly, as soon as the 737 comes along, I might wave goodbye to the A320, not because I don't enjoy it, but I've always enjoyed the 737 much more. I find it a lot more satisfying. Maybe because it kind of feels older, I don't know, I really love it. The final screenshot he shares shows us the difference between what you can do in Microsoft Flight Simulator and what you could do in previous simulators that are almost decades old now, such as P3D, or P3D being based on FSX of course. You see the big difference here. Microsoft Flight Simulator on the left looks a lot more realistic, and while I'd say colours don't necessarily look realistic, you can see modelling wise it is very good. There's still plenty of time to go, and you can actually hear Robert on Sky Blue Radio. On this upcoming Friday, he'll provide you with a bit more information there, I imagine. No release dates at the moment, and this will not be coming to Xbox as far as I know. PMDG, keep it up. Moving over to another aircraft, Aerosoft have released their CRJ 900/1000. The 900 is capable of carrying between 76 and 90 passengers and is a stretched version of the 700. And the 1000 variant carries up to 105-104, being 10 extra feet long compared to the 900 and has a maximum range of just over 1600 nautical miles. If you already own the 550/700 variants, you can purchase this extension pack for €16.13 excluding any local tax, or you can buy it all combining both the 550, 700, 900 and 1000 for €56.47 excluding any tax from the Aerosoft store. It looks very good and reviews coming out of it so far make it look like a promising addition, but I've got to be honest, I enjoy the 550 and 700 just as much, but I don't enjoy it enough to extend it. Aerosoft do a really fantastic job most of the time, and I'm sure this is no exception. You get to fly longer in a really good aircraft, so who can complain? Moving over to a vintage airliner, I was talking about JustFlight on their BAe 146, my favourite aircraft. Well, on the 9th of November, which yes was quite a few days ago, I'm quite slow with JustFlight news normally, they've shared some more work in progress screenshots. I love this aircraft on X-Plane 11, so I'll love it even more on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I cannot wait to finally get to grips with it, because X-Plane does kind of push me away when you've got Microsoft Flight Simulator there. It of course is the world famous Whisper Jet, not used all too often but still in the skies in some places. At my local aviation museum they've got one in full. I might go visit it one day. I do really love this aircraft. Development seems to be well underway. Of course, looking at the displays, you can see still a lot of work to go on there, but most of the buttons have been implemented and they do not provide any videos. As a JustFlight aircraft, it will be pretty affordable and highly realistic. We now move over to some freeware, the upcoming Honda Jet for Microsoft Flight Sim. Many of you may be familiar with the Honda Jet, but if you're not, it's an increasingly popular private jet. Well, Nebulous on the Microsoft Flight Simulator forum has shared some screenshots, although of course he's not the developer, he's just shared them and I'm going off them. And I quote, "It will be freeware to avoid licensing issues with Honda," so who can complain there. And it will use the working title G3000 as it does in real life, of course the G3000, not the working title one, you get what I mean. It will include custom fuel, lighting and engine pages within that G3000. And these photos are from the working title Discord. The developer at the bottom of this forum post just adds a little update saying there's been many refinements and debugging and they're slowly approaching beta. Flight dynamics are being dialed in very nicely, as is fuel burn, and they also provide some links to be able to understand this aircraft before we get it. That implies it will be pretty realistic. They do provide a Discord link, but sadly at the time of filming it expired, which meant I did not get a chance to join it. So there was plenty of Microsoft Flight Simulator news, mostly focusing on payware aircraft, but also that beautiful freeware Honda Jet. Keep an eye out on my channel over the next few days for a video talking about X-Plane 12. It looks awesome and could well be a game changer, combining X-Plane's physics with, by the looks of it, Microsoft Flight Simulator scenery to a certain degree anyway. From me today, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Last thing I'm going to do is thank my channel members. Thank you to Captain Matt Russell, Simon Schmidt, Jesse Reisman, Ethan Bebeck, Erwin K, Hello and Fanny Leibenberg. You guys really do help me out, and if you want to become a channel member for exclusive perks, especially this shout out at the end of the video, then click that blue join button. I'm also running a charity fundraiser. There'll be more on a stream I'm doing with that in the not so distant future, and it will end with me doing a skydive. But there we go, I'll see you around guys, be sure to hit that red sub button, bye bye.